It's a day off, baby. Well, not the whole day, but at least until dinner tonight. How you doing?
Hello, Sam.
Back at you there, Downwind Sim. Happy holidays to you as well. And since I can't fly in Tuesday's event, which is normally Monday, I thought I would fly around up here. I'm only gonna hit one of the airstrips. Well, two. I'm gonna try to get to Fish Lake and I'm gonna try to get to Orofino, but I'm not gonna give away any of the surprises. That way people can enjoy them for themselves. But yeah, baby, Nick Gressler knows what's up. Hello, Nick. I have I have been testing scenery for the upcoming Bush League Backcountry Fly-In, which again normally is on the first Monday of the month, and since it's Labor Day, we always bump it back to Tuesday because we figure people are out having fun and messing around with family and stuff like that. So I've been in testing a little bit. I'll be working, unfortunately, like I say, tomorrow. So unable to fly in it. We're in Johnson Creek right now, which is not one of the sceneries, but it's just that famous, Idaho Mecca. And it's a good place for us to depart. It's a good place for us to kind of begin running around. This is what I was going to plan to do. As you can see, it's a little weathery. We've got some moderate icing. We've got some rain in the area. We've got some fog in the area. We've got some overcast conditions. And the new beta or the new version of X-Plane, my real weather download doesn't work. So I've tried to set it as close as I can. It's really tough though. Like McCall is down here. It has 10 statute miles of visibility, rain with a few at 1,900 scattered at 28. The overcast layer starts at 3,300. Then you come up here to Grangeville. It's overcast. Well, that overcast layer is pretty close. Over here, overcast at 7. And so, I mean, it's tough to set this up. But anyway, I've got it to where I think it's close. I've got some rain in the area. I've got some clouds here and there. So the wind is roughly the same. But I'm going to start from Johnson Creek. We're going to head up north here, hit McKay Bar, hit Dixie. We're going to try to see if we can find Elk City. And then this will be the fun detour. We're going to see if we can come over here to hit Fish Lake. Fish Lake is one of the bush trips that's featured in tomorrow's event. And then we'll try to make our way, probably maybe back down the Clearwater River up into Orofino, and that'll be our final destination. We always have Lewiston over here if we have to, that we can divert. And anyway, that's what we're going to try to do, and hopefully you guys enjoy, and I can distract you a little bit. Weather server went down this weekend. Okay. Well, that would explain it. Which event? The Bush League Backcountry Fly-In event. Nick, let me give you a link here. Go check it out. This is what we're talking about. So it's number 47. We have them on the first Monday of every month, and this has all the info that you need. Of course, the vast majority of our work on this site is for X-Plane 12 people. The scenery downloads and things like that. We have also started to expand and include Microsoft Flight Sim. We've got a couple of developers that help us out from time to time. In this particular case, though, the sceneries that we're actually the airfields, Orofino, Big Island, Stockton, Meadows, Cayuse Creek, Fish Lake, they all actually look pretty good already in Microsoft Flight Sim. So anyway, it's fun. It's fun regardless of sim platform. Wyatt, hey, how are you? Wyatt, I'm just on VATSIM right now, so thanks for the first time chat. Nice to meet you. Mike Stein, haha, no better way to start off the day. That's what I was thinking. A little warm drink, some sweet bread, and some bush flying. But anyway, all the stuff that you need is right here. And then, of course, the coveted Uncle Melvin's map, which features, where you're headed. And of course, the standard. I keep forgetting. I keep spilling my coffee on these maps. I'm just so embarrassed. But for X-Plane, there oftentimes are little Easter eggs as well. So like these are the 5 featured fields. However, that doesn't mean they're the only place that you need to go. And you kind of have to stop along the way, and you kind of have to take a peek at the things that are, you have to explore the scenery a little bit, because you'll see hints and clues and anyway, so if you've never done a Bush League backcountry flying, that's a good little tip. Now, if you're in Microsoft Flight Sim, it works a little differently, but we can help you out with that as well. So hope you guys are doing good. Let's see about getting started here. Do I have my controls all where they need to be? I think I do. This is the Laminar Piper Super Cub, and I have installed the King Cub mod. So we've got these gigantic bush tires on them, these Alaskan bush tires. They're 7,900 inches. I don't even know. You also got these little trying to remember what those things are, the little vortex generator thingies and the baffler. I'm just totally making stuff up right now, but all this stuff is designed to help you fly approximately 12 miles an hour, and all the way up to, it's got a bigger engine too, so you can stretch it out a little bit. And anyway, it's been a lot of fun, honestly, and the custom livery I made for the other one has worked nicely as well, so I'm really happy about that. And I think it also has some other little fun things in it that I don't know about. Like, I think there's some of these things over here that, like you can put the camp. Yeah, so you click the camp button, you can put your stuff out here, and it's kind of fun. Anyway, it's a free mod. I don't have the link. I'll try to grab the link if you're really curious. Cargo pod. You put your rifle on there if you want. So that's pretty cool, I think. That kind of stuff I get a kick out of. And then we're staying away from the GPS. We are. If you really want it, like, you can have it. I don't know where it puts it. I'm not going to worry about it. They don't animate. You just click on and off. But anyway, enough of me jabbering. Let's get flying.
Hello, Valkyrie.
Good morning, Mr. Valkyrie. That was a great post that you shared last night. Thanks for that. That was really cool. I love dogs. 1, 2, 3. And parking brake set, fuel. I should have checked that before I did that, but we're on. And we're going. I also think the animation of the propeller might be a little different. I don't remember it. I don't remember the edges
I did
shimmering around like that. Hey, JPC, how you feeling, buddy? Nice to see you, Mike. I forgot to look at the windsock when I was walking up to my airplane. What are the winds doing? looks like we can just turn to the left and basically head north. Our compass is about like 82-ish. This is also, I think, new. You have to align the compass. That's pretty fun. Good. You think you're getting beat down by bad allergies? Yeah, shoot. You might have to consider doing some allergy shots or something, man. I had to do those when I was first found out I had the allergies, and I would have kept doing them, but I ended up having surgery, and I had to stop doing the allergy shots, and then I just didn't feel like starting over. But hey, I know, man, Rob, that was way cool. I loved the pictures. It looked like you guys were having a blast. I'm really happy that you were able to get up there and see Smitty. Yeah, it was, yeah, John, yep. It was cool. Alright, altimeter setting. I'm going to have to just go based on field elevation for this. And the field elevation in Johnson is 4960. So, we're pretty close, honestly. Right about there. So, I don't know what that equates to, but like about 299 or 6-ish or so. Oh, he came. Oh, man, that's even better. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really hoping that the next Flight Sim Expo is up your way or in St. Louis, one or the other. Sounds like Vegas is leading the way, so that's too bad. I mean, I understand Vegas is it's set up to host events like what we're going to do, but I'd rather go to Cleveland or St. Louis because I've never been there, and I've got more friends that live close by. But anyway, all right, I'm just going to turn and head. So we're going to head north. That's the direction that we're wanting to go anyway. And it's basically 347 for 29 miles. There's some significant elevation issues. And so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get over the top of this 9,000 foot peak. And so what I think maybe it would be wise for us to do is get here to Yellow Pine, hang a left, and then take this first right hand turn. So let me see if I can put that into my my little waypoint finder marker deal. Head this way, like so, and then this, we should be able to follow the South Fork into this little valley here and find McKay Bar. If we can, and we can just get over the top, then I will, because it's a lot easier just to do a straight shot there. Hey, good fixins. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, Rob, the weather is still messed up. I'm still getting sim crashes. I think possibly my auto ortho might be conflicting. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know. It's been a disappointing update so far. Let's just say that. Might have to revert, but I don't know. Anyway, if we do a straight shot here, it's about 19 minutes. So that's we'll keep that in mind as we go as well. Right now it's 8:11 my time. Well, not quite. Let me do this. My PC clock is always fast, and I don't know how that happens because I thought the PC clock was set to automatically sync to something. But all right, stopwatch. There we go. We'll have that ready to go as soon as we get flying. All right. Johnson Creek traffic. Supercub 11816 is departing northbound. Johnson Creek. Okay, brakes are off. Brakes work. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I'm gonna wait one more X-Plane update and see if it still causes me problems. The other thing is that I was also using the latest version of the latest Zebo mod, so I don't know if maybe that's somehow conflicting. I mean, who knows? There's so many variables. It took a significant amount of time to install that auto ortho though, so I don't want to just get rid of it without excuse me guys, without you know, trying to troubleshoot and work through it.
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Edgy. Good morning. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Timer started. And I don't know. We're going to make this ridge. We're climbing at 70. Try to generally hold this northbound course. JPC, it sort of is, but I'm not going to hit all of the airstrips. I'm going to hit 2 of the 5 that are published. But I mainly just wanted to fly a little bit. I've got a day off, and I don't have a whole lot of to-dos on the honey-do list, so yeah, I'm saving the big surprises for you guys to fly. I don't think I'm gonna quite make this, so let's do this. Let's be smart. You know me, Mr. Checklist, Mr. Safety. Always leaving margins of error. Let's go around this ridge, and we can get back on our northbound heading. You just made the promotion to get a post in the flying club for tomorrow. Oh, you just made the promotion post in the flying club for tomorrow. Thank you, man. Yeah, we've had some pretty good turnouts for Bush League events. The last couple of events, like up north of 20, which has been kind of fun. Bad attitude. Good morning. Thank you for the first time chat. Nice to meet you. Flying out here in the backcountry of Idaho. Oops, he forgot to touch his brakes. There we go. I don't think the wheels would continue to spin ad infinitum, but it is something I need to remember to do a better job of. Haha, just it works. Hey, that's the purpose. That's actually reason number 2 I'm doing this stream, is because I want you to be distracted from your job. Unless you're doing something that requires you to be focused on your job, which in that case you're probably not watching this stream. But I always smile when I'm at work and I head over to my desk to do something, and I notice that someone's streaming this or someone's flying that. I'm like, you suckers. Well, I'm fairly happy, like, with the visibility. I tried again to set the custom weather to mirror what was happening in the real world, which had everything from ceilings of about 2,000 feet all the way up past 9,000, and I don't know. It's hard to do that manually. But if we were in conditions with lower ceilings, obviously we'd have to have a different plan than just due north. 347 is what I'm trying to hit here, by the way. And this tall peak coming up kind of on our 12 o'clock, I believe is called Greeley Mountain, if I'm looking at the chart correctly. Now we're starting to pick up some precip here as well. Feel the winds picking up also. I'm going to back the RPMs off to 24. I'm going to keep the manifold pressure up there as high as I can go. All the instruments are in the green. This mod, by the way, does have an autopilot, which is also sometimes handy. We will be hand flying ourselves today, but just again, if you've never checked out the Super King, I think is what it's called, or the King Cub mod, I'm not remembering exactly what it's called, but it's linked. If you go to my Discord channel and you go to the X-Plane 12 stuff, you'll see it linked. This is the King Cub mod. Bad Attitude. This is the default Laminar Piper Cub with the mod, the King Cub mod. Mid. But I don't know a lot about it, honestly, other than it changes some of the exterior looks and gives it a improved performance in terms of the power. So you can. I mean, it already is a great bush plane, but this thing is just ridiculous in what it can do in terms of climbing out of places and super low stall speeds. Hey, thanks for the follow. Oh, Kando. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you, sir. All right, up and away. We are going to be able to get over the top of the ridge here. I don't know, this rain effect is in some ways kind of cool. Like it's totally blurred out the countryside here, the mountains, but it's kind of cool. I don't know. I think they've sort of overdone the rain just a little bit. I hope it's not ice that's accumulating. You think that's ice that's accumulating? Are we going to crash because we're icing up? Maybe that's ice, and that's why I can't see out of this window. Oh man. Definitely icing. Okando's saying the way it's getting a little splashy here too. So I think it might also be ice. So I'm reading a book right now. For those of you that don't know me, I'm not a big reader. I actually don't read very well, and so I don't like to read. But every now and again, I'll get a book that I can chip away at. A couple, 2 or 3 pages a night. And I'm reading a book called Fate is the Hunter. It's about a line pilot back in the it must have been the 50s, 40s, 50s kind of World War II era, a little bit kind of pre-World War II, honestly. But anyway, it's this guy I'm at the point where he's made it through the training school for Eastern Airlines, and he's been assigned an aircraft and a route, and so he's learning the ins and outs of being a line pilot. And he's talking about right now they're in the middle of a flight where he first encountered icing, and they're in a Douglas DC-2, which is really interesting, and talking about how quickly the ice accumulated. And it was, the DC-2 had anti-icing capabilities. It had the rubber boots on the wings. It had the alcohol that for the propellers and for the windshield, but what happened to them was things happened so quickly that, like, on the wings, he said it looked like they had 3 inches of ice, and the boots were working underneath the ice, like he could see them pulsating, but not enough to knock the ice out. Anyway, it's a pretty edge of your seat chapter, and the part that I just finished yesterday was how they were trying to use alcohol to get stuff off the windshield, and it just wasn't even touching it because it was so thick. And so they had the the big hose that had the heat that you could just direct on there. I don't remember what he called it. Something about the elephants, something or other. We're family friendly, so I can't say it. But it was a great chapter, and this reminds me a little bit of that. A little bit of that. My airspeed's holding pretty well though, so hopefully once we get over the top of this ridge, I can descend and get going back into some warmer weather. Bad Aviator, hey man, the movie was pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to watch it. Definitely gonna have to watch it. He thought it was only aircraft manuals I didn't read. Now, still don't read those. Who wants that? Who wants that? So, Ocando, you got the word right. Bush League backcountry flying is moved back to Tuesday, right? Because of the holiday. And we'll be up in this area here. I'm doing just a little. I'm skirting the edge of the area where we're going to be flying. And I'm going to hit 2 of the airstrips, Fish Lake and Orofino. It is. I mean, you could sure fly it tonight if you wanted to, Cando, but typically what we do on this weekend, and sometimes July 4th also conflicts and falls on a Monday. On those weekends, or on those weeks, I should say, we've typically bumped it back so that folks can hang out with their family. And yeah, so if you want to fly it tonight, rock and roll, man. Take your crew up and yeah, get some of the campsites ready for us. You know, hey, what the heck? Leave a cooler of beer every so often just for people coming in case you get stuck up at Fish Lake or something. You need to have some supplies. But all right, we're 12 minutes in. We've roughly been holding that 247 heading. I don't know if we've been blown off course or not. We're about to become VFR, marginal VFR, not really legal. And I need to probably make a decision here because I don't want to pick up any more icing. And we're chilly. We'll probably go down there and run in that valley a little bit. I think I'm going to. Let's head down. Let's seek some lower elevation. I'll at least be able to see a little better, but maybe with any luck, I'll get down where it's a little warmer, and some of this ice will start to flake off. Beta's the Hunter is free on YouTube. Oh, Bad Aviator. Oh, thank you for. Oh, Rob just linked it. Hey, nice. Well, based on the little bit that I've read, and I'm only about like 3 chapters in, so don't spoil anything for me. But it's excellent. They were talking about in this icing chapter. He was also talking about how the ice was accumulating so fast that it was building up on the propellers, and it would break off as the propellers were spinning, and it sounded like the rocks were hitting the side of the fuselage, and then like one propeller blade would shed its ice, and then the engine would get out of balance and would start to vibrate. And he said you could just feel it through the entire aircraft, and it would just, he said it was not a fun feeling. But the lesson was, they had followed the procedures to have enough fuel, and they had their alternate, and then they had their alternate to their alternate, and they had a plan for all of that stuff. But basically everything went wrong that could go wrong. They departed from an airfield that was Cav okay. It was night, but it was perfect weather where they departed. They were heading to might have been Cleveland. Anyway, weather at Cleveland was not so nice, but it was doable at the time of departure. And so then they had set Columbus as their I don't think it was Cleveland, because Cleveland was the backup to the backup. Anyway, they had set Columbus as their alternate, and then they had like several airports, Cincinnati, Cleveland, in the area there. Hey, look at that! My ice is off. That's nice. But as they got going, the headwinds were like triple what the forecast was, and so they were burning through fuel way faster, and so then they ran into this sort of unexpected icing, and they had to actually turn back around. They had departed out of Charlotte, and again, Charlotte was good weather, so that's why they decided to turn back around and go. HRG10, hello, welcome. Hey, Millhouse, how's it going? How's it going? Good morning, you guys. But they turned around. We're heading back to Charlotte, and they were fighting the ice the whole time. In fact, it had iced up so quickly that their rudder was frozen. They couldn't use rudder to help with any of the it was just a flight control they couldn't use. So they were just it was just interesting. Their airspeed dropped. They were losing altitude. They were over the Roanoke Mountains, right? So the Blue Ridge Mountains, and there's a part of that chapter where, like, he's flying right seat, so he's trying to do everything that the pilot's telling him as far as getting rid of the ice. He's also, in the meantime, trying to tune in. This was before the days of GPS, so he's trying to tune in all these navigation beacons so that he can hand plot where they are, and he's peeking over at the airspeed, and the airspeed keeps going down, and the altitude keeps dropping. And at one point in time, they were essentially down below some of the highest peaks that were they were down like at 4,000. There's some 4,500 foot peaks. Of course, it's dark and they're in the clouds, and they like the direction of flight that they're on. They're like, yeah, there's something out in front of us that's 500 feet higher than we are right now. But there was nothing they could do. They couldn't climb. They couldn't. Anyway, it's been a great read. It's been a great read. All right, you guys. Well, we've I think made it over the top of the highest stuff here, so we're going to stay down. We're 7,500 now, and try to get back on. I believe I think that I am in this little South Fork Valley here. So if I just kind of keep following it, I should, with any luck, come up here to McKay and Wilson Bar. And I have both of those from a previous Bush League event, so hopefully we'll be able to find them. They're all the way down though at 2,000 feet, so I'm going to have to lose some altitude here at a certain point. I've been traveling for 18 minutes, and we were expecting about 19 and a half minutes to make it to Wilson and McKay, so I'm going to start peaking. What do we have down here? Is this something? Maybe I should get down lower. That kind of looks like maybe an airstrip. All right, well, I'm gonna cut some power here, and let's start to descend. I feel like where this Y's off, I feel like that's Like, I feel like that's just north of where we're supposed to be. Yeah, I feel like we've got. I feel like that could potentially be one of our spots. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to descend, and we're going to go down and have a closer look at those. See what those are. I'll fly up the valley here a little bit, just lose altitude. Yeah, we're every bit of 19 minutes now, so we're in the neighborhood. Still don't know my way around really well up here, but I'm starting to get like to where stuff like this little fork in the river, like it looks familiar. The problem is there's a lot of forks in the river right up here. Laminar Weather said that the server should be back online. Well, I tell you what we'll do, Mike. We'll get down and wherever we are here, and we'll set it back to live weather. Add to the next batch of flights, almost done, and then won't be as busy. Gotcha. How's the flying today? It's been good so far. We did pick up a little bit of icing here as we went over the top of what was that peak called? Greeley Mountain. But otherwise it's been nice. We think we might be close to McKay and Wilson Bar. That's where we're going to make our first arrival, and I'm going to make a little bit of a low pass just to see if we're there. See if I can get a judge of the wind. Yep, definitely something right there. Go down and check that out. They're right next to each other. They're just like, one of them's, if I remember right, one's on one side of the creek and the other's on the other side, or I don't know. They're just right down, both down in there. I think we're going to try to go hit that one right there. That's a little bit more well defined. Nice and long, hopefully. But I'm going to come down here too, because I think the other one is just right in front of us here as well. So when we departed out of Johnson, the winds were favoring a north departure, so I feel like we're flying maybe downwind right now. So I'm going to try to go down. It looks like a fairly decent spot to turn around and come back up and see if we can hit it to the north. Kind of getting shoved a little bit to the right. I really wanted to look and see if is this an airstrip here? It might be. And there's also some airstrips that are in here that we haven't touched. Like they are what they are, and look like they do in the ortho. They haven't necessarily had any work done to them, so. Alright, should be able to maneuver my way. Yeah, that big green patch up here, I don't know if it's an airstrip or not. Sure looks like it could be landable. We're not going to worry about it though. We're going to go back to our objective. Getting a little slow. This thing will operate pretty comfortably at 50 knots if you want it. There's miles per hour on this one. All right, trying to get a little bit of a sense of the wind. A lot of times the wind can be completely opposite in these little canyons because there's only one way for the wind to go. Basically, it's going to shoot down the canyon one way or the other. With there being this fork in the road up here, you could have that could create some turbulent air. We're gonna shoot it this way here, and I don't know if this is McKay Bar or Wilson Bar. I might have just flown over the top of another place here. I forgot to look. Yeah, that's a place. That's not one we've modeled though. It had an airplane down there in the ortho photo. Ooh, there's a sandbar. Maybe we should hit the sandbar instead. Now we'll just try this. I don't feel like this is the right approach for this based on the terrain though. Alright, drop a notch of flaps, cut the power. We're gonna get slow. We're gonna get slow. Second notch is in. We're a little high. Slippy, slippy. Whoa, it's trying to blow me into the river. There we go. Oh boy, we're on the side of the hill here. Let's not do that. Alright, well, that'll work. Let's get out of the way just in case somebody else comes in here. Which one are we at? That's the question. Yeah, the windsock is generally favoring the way we landed. A little bit of a crosswind, but not much wind. Just kind of hanging tight there. Okay, can I get off to the side here? We will. Okay. Where are we? Which one is this? Guys, is this one of ours? Because there's several up here. And we're not the only scenery developers in the neighborhood. That's a good turnaround spot right there, honestly. Alright, let's see if we can find a Bush League backcountry banner. That's the telltale giveaway. Fence, several boats, and there we go. So we are McKay Bar. All right, cool. So we actually haven't quite made it to the one we planned. We were going to go to Wilson Bar, so just a little further up we'll have Wilson Bar as well. I think we'll go ahead and try to make a landing there also. But so I wonder though, will I have to restart X-Plane to get the weather to work? Probably. I bet I will, don't I? Let's try. Download real weather. Oh, it's downloading. Hey, all right, cool. All right, so I didn't have to restart. That's nice. Okay, well, so this should be a little more realistic, which might make my flight planning interesting. So let's come up here. This first little step won't be too bad. We just have to keep going up the river about 2 miles through the McKay Bar. But the next one to Dixie, I'm gonna have to find this. There's this little drainage here, with a left-hand turn. So I'll come off of the main channel here and sidestep. There might be a little ridge line right here too. I don't think it's like a straight shot. I think this is a little ridge line here. So I'll hop over. It's only 8 miles though, so hopefully we can find it. But yeah, let's see what it looks like here. Cheat River is hard mode. It's always right around the corner. This is true. Alright, what did it do to my windsock? So still favoring the same direction for my takeoff here. So I guess I need to taxi back down and get it set for takeoff. Downwind Sim, this looks familiar. Yes, it does. We've been out here a little bit. We've left our mark. How many Idaho sceneries do you think we've created over the years? I've got to think it's over 20. We've flown out here. We've probably done at least 6 Bush League adventures here, Bush League events in Idaho. So each time we do a Bush League event, it's about 5 sceneries at minimum. So that's why I'm putting, maybe it's more like 30, huh? Yeah, over 30 Downwind Sim is guessing. Well, let's, that was a good warm-up. Let's go ahead and see if we can find the next one just right up the road here. So we'll stay pretty low and pretty slow. Most importantly, we'll see if we can stay out of the river. I feel like the P factor, I feel like the torque is a little bit more in this plane too than the default Laminar. Did you see how nicely it slid though? It slipped, I mean. That front slip was delicious. Like we're right here, guys. We are like right here. If it's modeled, this we may not have modeled this one. I never know. All right, you're packing up camp. Hey, thanks for checking in, Downwind Sim. I look forward to hearing the stories of tomorrow's adventure. I'm going to set the bent airframe count at 3.5. And hopefully we're under. Alright, where are you there? Here's our next one right here, I think. Yep. This one, though, I believe we need to approach from the other direction. Sure seems like it. So a little bit of a downwind approach here, but that's okay. We might have been able to sneak it in that way, but that's all right. We'll come around. It'll add to the challenge. Slap it in there. Probably the other big challenge is finding a place I can turn around. I should be. If I was a little higher up, it'd be a little easier to turn. Where I'm at right now. Got a notch of flaps out. Yes, I do. Keep it slow. Come up here on the ridge. I wonder if I'm going to get any updraft or downdraft here. Probably be a little downdraft, won't it? Coming over the ridge line. Alright, that'll be close enough. Kick the tail around. Little hammerhead. Little modified hammerhead. Just like that, baby. Alright, let's keep it slow. Keep it slow. I think we're a little high. Whoa! I wanted to wander around a little bit on me there. Alright, that'll work. A little rusty, but not too bad. I was a little bit left of where I wanted to be. Take it down here and turn around. We'll be heading back up. And if you remember, we're going to take a left-hand turn here, just a few miles up the creek, and try to find our way over. We're going to Dixie now. Is that where we're going? All right. Get lined up. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Wilson Bar. Here's that little left-hand turn. We're gonna stay on this near side, the east side of the ridge line here, up to Dixie, 8 miles. Let's see how we do. Like the Trees Mill House. Wish we could get something like this for MSFS. Well, we're working on it, Ocando. I mean, I know Duke Nukem is putting some stuff together. Milo Sanks just released Idaho's Deadly 3-pack or something. So, I mean, people are getting there. But, oh, you meant the plane. Oh, yeah. 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 I agree. This thing is nice. Sceners are all there. We got too many of those. No, the aircraft is just pretty cool. No doubt about that. All right, so I've got a notch set. Let's take that out. We'll throw it in there if we need to here. All right, so up and to the left here. Short field procedure. Easy. Torque. I won't need any flaps for this. Look at that. That just, she just wants to fly. Okay. Pull some power back pretty early. I'm going to try to keep it at 80 or slower here as I make my way through the Death Star Trench. Just no proper Super Cub yet. Yeah. Well, those the Got Friends guys have made, like, I know you fly that Cub that they've made there, and it looks like it's pretty decent. But yeah, it's so many aircraft, so little time, I guess, right? Yeah. All right, looking for the first little valley, and I believe there's a little river that goes up that way, so we're not going to just make any old turn here. Gotta stay off the hillside here. I have been known to side bump the hills in this area before. Looking around and forgetting where I'm at. Okay, this might be our turn. It's our turn. Maybe. Let's remember that one. That might be it. I don't see a creek running down there, though. Problem. Gosh, I think that's it. We're going to go back to it. I don't see anything else up here that's indicates that. All right. I think I can turn here. This thing Hammerhead's so nice. It's almost feels like cheating. Alright, getting a little quick here. Was this it? That was, I don't think that was it. It's this one down here. Iowa Scotsman has just added this mod to your collection. Excellent, my good man. Excellent. Now I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. That might have been it. Or is this it? This is it. Alright, let's go up this way a little bit and see. I'm going to have to climb a little bit, aren't I? Oh, that's not it. That can't be it. Is it? Alright, let's go have a gander. And not a lot of ways out in here, is there? We're going to really rely on the power of this thing. I think we can climb past it. Is the airport far, Pavlin? Hey, good morning, Pavlin. This next one is only 8 miles. So not too far. Just need to get over the top of this little ridge line. And should just be just off our right-hand side. I mean, good evening. That's right. I keep forgetting you are from a little further east. Nice to see you, Pavlin. Yeah, I think this is the right way. So we'll run into this ridge line here is the one we don't want to cross. We want to kind of get over the top of this and hang that right-hand turn. And with any luck, we'll see Dixie. Just past dinner time. All right, all right. Yep, we're in Idaho, which is kind of the Rocky Mountain, the Mountain West part of the U.S. Famous for its bush flying. This is the Frank Church Wilderness area. And we've had lots of adventures up here. Hey, I didn't see that Charlie 127 Juliet Hotel checked in. Jim, good morning. Good morning. Getting really hot. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Alright, let's turn and let's see if we can. There should be another north-south drainage. Oh yeah, so yeah, it is very similar to Switzerland. I think the Swiss Alps are maybe a little more vertical. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that definitely has a Swiss Alps feel to it. I would agree. Ooh, picking up some more moisture. We have already got some, would that be light rime icing that we picked up there? I don't even know how to categorize icing. Man, this thing climbs so well. It climbs like the Porter. If you've ever flown the PC-6 Porter, and how you can basically just point that thing straight up and it'll just fly. That's what this feels like. I think I should be over in that draw. 3 things in Idaho: mountains, bush strips, and potatoes. Don't forget militia. There's some people that live in Idaho that there's a reason they live in Idaho, if you know what I mean. They don't want nothing to do with you other folk. But there's also some pretty cool spots, no doubt about it. I don't think I'm anywhere near where I'm supposed to be, guys. I might have to get up high and get a bird's eye view here, because yeah. Pavlin, this is indeed ortho scenery. It kind of looks like it. I don't know. Let's get up. I feel like I've gone maybe not far enough back to the west, you guys. Okay, well, we're kind of coming out of out of it here, and we may have just kind of got lucky and stumbled upon Dixie. I think this looks like where we're going. I think it's definitely a bush strip. I'm going to toss some boards and cut some power. Let's see if we can make it in here. That was just dumb luck right there, you guys. That was nothing more than dumb luck. And we may land, and it may not be Dixie also. It may be one of those guys that does not want you to land on his property. There's a couple of, if you look at the Sky Vector sectionals, there's a couple of these places that are on the sectional, but there's notes to the effect of, this is a private strip, do not land here, you do not have permission to land here. I mean, it's like clear that they don't want you anywhere near where they've landed. Alright, there's the little road and a little river I was looking for. I guess I was kind of thinking I'd be more over there coming up that way, but oh well. We made it, that's what's important. Well, we found the strip, we haven't made it yet. And landing to the north has seemed to favor the wind slightly, although I feel like I'm crabbing a little bit now. Yeah, I can see the wind sock, so we'll have to correct as we come in here. Just feel like you just walk this thing in. 45. I love it. I love it. I love it. In fact, I'm going to stop right here so that we have plenty of runway to depart. We'll take a little peek again. This is another bush scenery that we've concocted over the years for one event or another. I don't even remember. But let's see if we can find the banner down here. Hippies. Hippies. That one, Sim, I'm a little bummed out that you didn't use one of my fuel tanks in your scenery there. Dixie, yep, we found it. Dixie. Yeah. And sometimes the back of the banners is where you're going to find the clues. Sometimes on a note on a picnic table. Sometimes it'll be hanging on the side of a building on a poster. That's just, you never quite know. But anyway, bounced a little on that one. Oh man. Bush flying, baby. Alright, this is going to be an interesting one. I think what we're probably going to do, instead of taking a direct path, is we're going to follow up the, whatever this little road system, pick up this river, and then there's a T right here. We'll hang a right, hop over to Elk City. I suppose we could come this way too if we really needed to, but I think we'll just stay to the left and go from there. Alright. Trees on the river, yeah. Sometimes the auto gen puts them there, yeah, kind of in the way. Alright, here we go. Let's pull the flaps. Don't know if I'll need those or not. 18 miles, so pretty short leg again. A little bit of a terrain, like leaning a little bit here, so I'm kind of trying to correct for that. There's rotate. Kind of tricky with a little bit of a slope to the runway and a little bit of wind coming off that direction. Let's do a little IFR. I follow roads. Uh-oh. I think we may be heading on that right-hand side instead of the left-hand side that we wanted. Yeah, this is going more northeast. Alright, so let me hop over the top of the ridge here. I want to stay... There's the road over there that I want to follow. Stay on that road over there. All right, lurkers are welcome. Pablo, nice talking to you. Have a good rest of your day, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Welcome to Not Cool 2.
The Big Post. Hello, good morning. Thanks for the follow. Nice to meet you. If you're here for the first time, my name is Brant. Welcome to the Melvin Leroy channel. Doing some bush flying up here in Idaho today. We departed Johnson Creek about an hour or so ago. We're making our way up to a place called Orofino, which is a little bit north, about 100 miles north of Johnson Creek. And in preparation for the upcoming Bush League Backcountry Fly-In, which is set to take place tomorrow at midnight Zulu, 6 p.m. where I live, 8 Eastern time in the U.S. It normally takes place on the first Monday of every month, but due to the Labor Day holiday here in the States, we bump it back traditionally to the Tuesday of that particular week. So that's why we're doing it on a different night. Okay, well, I think hopefully we are on the right track. We should be coming up here in not too long. I should have set my timer. I forgot to. It's about 12 minutes. So I'm gonna start it right now. I'm gonna say we've been going for at least 2 minutes, but we should see where the highway, kind of following the highway here. I'm drifting off a little bit. Should come up and should tee off, and there should be a river. Clearwater River that's running kind of perpendicular to our line of flight. We're going to take a right there, and that should get us to Elk City. I remember we had trouble finding Elk City the first time we flew up here in the Bush League event, so this could be interesting. I am flying on VATSIM. Big Post, indeed. This is X-Plane 12. This is the default Laminar Piper Cub with the King Cub mod. And is this our... This can't be our... There's no way this is our... This cannot be our T already, is it? There's no way. No, I don't see... There's not a river that's going along with the road, so we're going to keep going. We should go over... There is a bush strip up here called Oro Grande. I don't know if that's one that we've modeled or not, but we're going to be looking for that as well. Yeah, if you're interested in backcountry flying, go to downwindsim.com and you can get all the details on tomorrow's event. There are some scenery downloads that you need to be, well, you don't have to have them, I guess, but to take advantage of all the little bells and whistles in X-Plane 12, you're going to want the scenery. It's a totally free download. And the way that we package them up for you right now. Makes it as easy as it can possibly be. It's just a matter of downloading the sceneries, installing them in your custom scenery folder, and then we also have ortho tiles pre-cooked and ready to go with all the elevation adjustments and all that stuff that you need. All you have to do is download those and also just slap them right into your custom scenery folder. Then you're ready to go flying. Sparker, hey Sparker, how are you? Just bought the rep pack for this since it was on sale. Very nice, very nice. Nice to see you, my man. Got to hang out with Sparker a little bit down there at FS Expo. Fun guy to talk to, man. Just a wealth of knowledge. I was just trying to absorb everything I could. Dude is a talented, smart guy. Alright, well, the ceilings are closing in a little bit. So one of the things about this Bush League backcountry fly-in that's different from any of the others we've done is that Downwind Sim, by the way, I had nothing to do with this month's. I've been working crazy hours, and so this is completely Downwind Sim. He deserves all the credit. Well, he deserves the credit really for most of the Bush League events, if I'm being honest. But he did all the work with the scenery and everything else. But his new idea, which I really like, is to set your ceilings at overcast 4,000 so that it forces you to fly a little lower and follow the contours of the terrain a little bit more, and it just adds like a level of difficulty. As you can see, it's already pretty tricky to try to find your way from point A to point B, but when you're not allowed to get up high and get a real look at the landscape, it makes it even trickier. And of course we attempt as much as we can to fly these things without the use of GPS and all that good stuff. I mean, you're welcome to if you want, but I'm worried that might be my T. I don't know. It's Lacey does it again. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Larry Kopnick, nice to see you. Hello, I find myself in the situation sometimes always more challenging, more fun, yeah. Yeah, sometimes when you fly into that mountain outlet with that mountain valley with no outlet, yes, that certainly is something. And I think we just maybe have lost our way here, because we should be following a road. We should be IFR, as it were. IFR as in I follow roads. So yeah, and we're getting to a spot, guys, where like I don't know if we're going to be able to keep going, because the clouds are not going to let us. Okay, well, if that's the case, then we're going to need to do some game planning here, guys and gals. Let's get turned around. I have been swallowed up in these mountains before as well, where even by turning around, I was not able to get out of trouble. But I'm going to fly back here, and hopefully the storm doesn't swallow me up. We've got real world weather on right now, live time, live weather, and we're making a business decision. We're heading back, and you know what? That's okay. It's okay to do that. And that might be part of your decision-making process tomorrow night in the Bush League event as well. First of all, I'm heading back because of the clouds, but secondly, I'm heading back because I've lost my road. Like, my road just kind of ends. Like, it kind of goes right there and then it sort of ends. I thought I was okay, but what happens if I go down here a little further. Is there anything down there? Yeah, okay, there's... The road heads that way. Let's go down here a little bit. Let's see. No matter how I slice it, though, the clouds don't look very inviting as I fly north, which my plan was to get to Elk City, which I think we're probably within about 10 miles of Elk City, but then I was hoping to go another 35 miles north to Fish Lake, and then from there it's another, it's kind of westbound, 50 miles westbound. Alright, well, let's see, let's keep going. This might be my turn, actually. This might be my little fork in the road, guys. If it is, I'm supposed to head, let's head eastbound here for just a bit. Maybe I don't have to go quite so far north. And Elk City's elevation, by the way, 4,097 feet, so we're up above where the airport is. But yeah, this isn't looking right. I don't think. We'll follow this road. If we can get over the top of the ridge here, we'll take a look at the other side, and we'll see if we're in the ballpark. We're about 11 minutes into a 13-minute trip, so we might possibly be turning just a bit early, but I don't really see anything on the sectional that would indicate like another big T like that. It's the only thing. I had a hard time. Now I'm remembering I had a hard time finding this airstrip the last time I was out here too. And it's crazy because there actually is a town. The town of Elk City is right there. Yeah, see, I'm running back into my cloud layer here. Yeah, this doesn't look right. I'm up at 6,000. Doesn't look right. All right, let's turn back around. The first rule of when you're lost is to go back to a place where you weren't lost. Let's do that. Let's head back here, travel west back down to down in this little valley where we thought we needed to turn to the right. Now the other X factor here is that the storm looks like it's sort of building and I need to kind of think about an alternative possibility. I have Idaho County Airport, which is a green dot right now. It's reporting nice VFR conditions. Maybe I'm going to head there. So I feel like if I continue to travel, I feel like what I've found here, I think, I might be wrong, is the Clearwater River. Wait a minute, what do I have here? That looks like some kind of a little bush strip, doesn't it? Doesn't look like it's the one that... It's not one that we've modeled. Where would that be? What? Is this Oro Grande, maybe? I don't know. That's definitely a bush strip. That is not Elk City, though. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow this to the west, and I'm gonna look for, I think here in about 20 miles, we've got the Idaho County Municipal Airport, which again is reporting better weather conditions. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. It's the town of Grangeville as well, and it's basically just westbound. I'm gonna stay low. I'm gonna kind of skirt this little ridge to the right where I can see that it's a little bit nicer weather, and I'm gonna get on the ground there at Idaho County and maybe make a new plan, because I don't feel like we're gonna be able to get we're not gonna be able to get much further north, are we? Okay. Now, while I'm doing this, to help out, I do have a VOR. I have a VOR. It is the Nez Pierce VOR 1445. I'm going to tune that sucker in here. 1445. Let's see if I can track it. Okay, I am tracking it. And alright, let's try not to fly into the ground here while I'm doing this. Stay on the river. That's also important. But if I generally fly, if yeah. All right, gotta make an estimate here. Here's what I'm doing. Let's see if I can do this without crashing. So here's the Nez Pierce VOR. Here's where I'm trying to go. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is this. I'm gonna plot a course. I'm just going to drag my guy down here, and then I'm going to drag this guy over here, like so. And I'm going to shoot. I'm going to tune in a 297 inbound to the Nez Pierce VOR, and I'm going to try. I feel like I am over here. I'm over here somewhere, and I'm going to try to just fly. Like I feel almost like if I flew directly to the Nez Pierce VOR, I would be pretty darn close. So let's spin that guy around, and let's see if we can track right at him. Westbound on about a, let's see how close we are here. So that's 280. That's 280. Okay. So this, in my mind, here's what I'm thinking. This is on the fly, under the gun navigation. This is what happens when you don't have a backup plan. I'm gonna fly direct to the Nez Pierce VOR. On the way, I feel like I will get pretty close to Idaho County Municipal Airport, where I hope to land. If I don't, then what I'm going to do is when I get to the Idaho County, if I get to the Idaho County, or sorry, the Nez Pierce VOR, I'm just going to land. There's Lewiston Airport's right there. Duke, how are you, man? Well, it was going pretty good up until about 10 minutes ago, and then this weather started to close in on me. But otherwise, I'm doing all right. How are you doing, man? Sparker, the weather does seem much improved. So, yeah, when we started the stream, actually the weather servers were down, so I had to manually put in some weather. Oh, you're going to be driving through Lewiston pretty soon. Awesome. Well, I hope that hope you don't get snowed on. It looks like there's a lot of moisture up here. All right, so anyway, that's my plan. Now, I'm about to get suckered in here. I think I'm getting, my ceilings are closing in on me, and so who knows? I might have to have a backup plan to the backup plan. Is there any place I could probably head back south? I guess go back down to McCall, which is almost all the way back down to Johnson Creek. I've got, how's my fuel? I'm pretty low on fuel. So I don't know if I could make it all the way back to McCall. Okay, I've also managed to lose that Big Fork River. I'm doing really good, basically. Going through Boise, McCall, Riggins, and Lewiston. Nice. What a beautiful area. I've never been to Boise. I need to get there. I heard it's a really cool town. The beauty part of this plane is I could just land on the road. I've got my camping gear. I just camp out under the wing. From what I've heard, that whole area has just absolutely exploded with population and housing, and just it's like a really trendy place to be, I guess. I don't know. Looking back over my shoulder to the south, it doesn't look all that much better. Yeah. Cost of living. Oh, okay. Lots of California people moving there because of the cost of living. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. We have that a little bit where I'm from too. Some areas of Wyoming that are, have nice mountains and lots of space and a fairly low cost of living. Now, I'm also not afraid to just go fully pop-up IFR here in this plane. Like, I have the capability. I can fly slant alpha. The only concern I would have is the icing. But where I'm at right now, it's the question is icing versus flying into the side of a hill. So I may have to opt for the former. Yep, I think I'm going to have to, guys. I think I'm pretty much out of options. I've got to get myself up and out of here. So, all right, here we go. Radio call, requesting pop-up IFR, approximately 20 miles west of Lewiston. All right, here we go. We're gonna fly it, baby. We're gonna fly IFR. I'm gonna have to climb to. I need every bit of I need every bit of 7,200 initially here, but the minimum safe elevation is 9.3 in this sector, so we're in it now, boys. We are in it now, so we're gonna have to be careful of icing and all that good stuff here. I'm trying to remember where my thermometer is on this dadgum thing. Anybody remember? All right. Ooh, yeah, there's terrain. Whoop, whoop. We need one of these.
pull up. The rain.
We may be in trouble, you guys. We may fully be in trouble. If I can get to 7,200, I know we're clear of all the peaks in the immediate area. That I do know. Here's where I think we are, somewhere in here. Here's a 7,135-foot peak. So if we can get up over that, we're good. This is 9.3 because of this peak down here, which I think is well south of where we're at. We can just get up and over, we're good. Now, we're not pressurized. Trees render, yeah, they do. It's like, they just look too pixelated, don't they? But yeah, this is us. Welcome to Idaho. What do you think of the view so far? All right. Now the other thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just for giggles here, let's just see how well we track the beam here. We're going to turn just a little bit to our left. Maybe not. We should, yeah, just a little bit. Let's work it this way. Let's see, a little bit. Compass changing. And the other thing is we may not be true slant alpha in here because we don't have a DME. So we're slant. Would that be slant Zulu? Is that what we are? Slant Zulu? We know which way we're going, but we just don't know. We don't know how far we're going. We're just gonna have to fly it until we get to the cone of confusion. But again, my hope is this, you guys. My hope is as we're flying. So let me update what's going on here. So let's go. So Fish Lake, forget about it. We're not going to Fish Lake. So we're here. We're trying to make it to McCall, or to Idaho County. We felt like we were about right here-ish, or somewhere in here. So we are trying to track actually direct to the Nez Perce VOR, which we're hoping will fly us close enough that we'll see the airport. And again, my hope here is that the weather will clear. Right now it's reporting though overcast at 3,500, so maybe not. So if we don't see Idaho County, we're going to make it all the way up here to Nez Perce, and then we've got Lewiston right here. So that'll be our alternate. Mindstrong 76, hello. Oh, it's slant uniform. Thank you, Fixie. All right, 8,500. I'm going to go to 9,003 just to be, like I say, safe. I don't see anything along the way here. 8,200 in this next sector, 6-1. So yeah, once I get to 9,300, I can level off. Unfortunately, Mindstrong, I'm not going to make any turns just yet. Just trying to make my way out of this mess here. We got swallowed up by what you're seeing right here. Not making ice yet, which is good. Still maintaining decent airspeed. Almost 95, which is good. I pretty much have it fully firewalled here on the throttle. Going about 25 on the RPMs. Yeah, Fixie, it did. Alright, there's 9,300. Let's grab the altitude there. Yes, I know I could be hand flying this. I could. You're right. I could. But it's nice to reduce the workload just a little bit because I've also had to do a lot of navigational work. Oh, Malcolm, libraries aren't working for you. Dang it. I'm sorry, dude. By the way, Mindstrong76, hello from Belgium. Thanks for the first time chat, Mindstrong. It's nice to meet you. Welcome in. I know it's late where you're at. Appreciate you tuning in. It's almost bedtime for you. Bedtime. What are we? 4? Although I go to bed pretty early and I'm old. So we are, you can't really tell, but we're in Idaho. We're in the mountains of Idaho, and we were attempting to fly a little preview of tomorrow night's upcoming Bush League Backcountry fly-in. But the weather had other plans. This is what we've been dealing with here, and we had initially hoped to make it. So we departed out of Johnson Creek. We did pretty good. We found McKay Bar and Wilson Bar. We found Dixie, and then we were on our way up here to Elk City, and about right here, we sort of this stuff just swallowed us up, and so we ran around here a little bit. I'm really curious to see how close we were in Volanta when we're all said and done. But we decided to just try to run out of here and get to Grangeville. Now, when we made our turn here, the weather got significantly worse, and we had to end up just climbing out to get above terrain and get to a safe altitude. So we are essentially now IFR. We are simulating that we got a pop-up IFR clearance from Salt. Oh, you know what? We've got Salt Lake Center actually on. Okay, I hate doing this, but are we in Salt Lake Center area? Where are we? Is this? Oh, this is us right here. So we couldn't. Dang. So this is Seattle Center. Shoot. So here we go. We made a couple landings. They weren't too bad. 0.96 Gs. 1.5. That was a little clunky. 1.2, and yeah, that last one was kind of our clunkiest one there. But oh, so it's not really showing us our flight path, but we had hoped to make it to. Is that us? Yeah, I think we were in the neighborhood. Maybe we were a little too far north actually. But all right. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I thought maybe we had some center action so we could get some ATC help, but since we are now IFR, let's change our spot code, and technically I should probably file something, shouldn't I? Let's see. I'm not going to worry about filing anything. We're just going to keep flying. But yeah, that's you're up to date on what's happening there. So if the BHB scenery doesn't work at some point, I'm just going to fly the route in Microsoft Flight Sim. BHB. What's the BHB? Mostly OSX. Open scenery is not working for you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Malcolm. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. But yeah, you can fly it. You can just hop in Microsoft. You'll miss out on a couple of the little. There's Annie West Easter egg, where she'll send you on a little bit of a side trip. But otherwise, it should be pretty enjoyable. I don't know what the BHB scenery is. I don't know what that library is. All right, you guys. Well, we my time estimate shows that we are getting closer to Idaho County, and unfortunately it doesn't look like there's any breaks in the clouds, so we're just going to keep going. It's about a 70 mile trek here to yeah, it's about a 70 mile trek from where we were roughly near Elk City to the Nez Perce VOR. So the only way we know when we're closing in on the Nez Perce VOR is that, again, we're going to get to that cone of confusion where the needle really starts to vary as you've got the VOR right, you're flying to it. When you're far away from it, it's a pretty nice beam and you can really follow it. But as you get over the top of it, it's less accurate. So we're going to look for the needle to wobble, and when that happens, we can descend. Now, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. It's not going to be a straight descent here, but if we stay within a couple of miles of the VOR itself, we should be in pretty good shape. And actually, let me check on something here. Lewiston, you know what? We have an ILS. All right, so the winds are 040 at 4, so kind of favoring an easterly approach. Do I have an ILS? So the only ILS I have is 26, but if we needed it, we could tune in 1097 and an approach course of 294. We could make a little tailwind ILS approach. And this gives us, the nice thing about the ILS is it gives us some altitude restrictions, like we want to be at 6,000, above 5,500, like it helps us step down a little bit here, because as you can see in the area, we do have a MSE of 5,800, because there are some, here's a 4,500 foot peak, here's 3,002, 3,4, 5,4 is down here. So anyway, it's not just a straight, descend down to 5,000 and maintain that until you're established, because if you do that too soon, you might run into some problems. So, all right, we've got a plan. And Malcolm, all right, buddy, be prepared for the most boring outside view of your life.
Welcome to Top 42.
Fine, Strong, thank you. Pleasure to meet you. Super scenic. Mike Stein, the beauty of the Idaho backcountry in its fullest. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just banking on the fact we're not going to find Grangeville. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Lewiston. And we're going to shoot the ILS 26 approach. That's going to put us, I'm going to need 1097. I've never shot an ILS in this aircraft, to be honest with you. And then an approach course when it comes time, 264. But we're just going to keep flying until we get to the Nez Perce VOR, once we hit the cone of confusion, what I'm probably going to do is just enter like a left-hand orbit and just descend down to 5,000, which is where we can intercept the glide slope and localizer, and then we're going to see if we can actually fly an ILS into Lewistown. Yeah, should be fun. You tried the Oslo scenery, 10 out of 10? Yeah, is that the Gardermoen? I do like that airport. I do have that. It is nice. Malcolm, yes, yes. Where is my temperature gauge in this blasted thing? Cylinder head temps are good. What the heck is the thermometer? I need to know what my outside air temp is. Yes, I know I'm almost out of fuel. I am almost out of fuel. That's the X factor here, is I am almost out of fuel. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back off. Back off and try to save. I have been trying to lean out here as well. There we go. I'll try to set it at a fuel efficient 2100, and I should have done this a long time ago, and about 20 on the manifold pressure here. If we give up a few miles an hour at this point in time, that's well worth the trade-off of running out of fuel. So, plus you get to watch me for a few extra minutes. What could be better than that? So ever since you got your new graphics card, you've just been flying scenery for Microsoft. Yeah, man. I'm glad it's working well for you, Malcolm. That's cool. And I'm going to have to turn the light on up here. I don't even know how to do that. Alright, this is going to drive me nuts. There's got to be an outside air temp gauge in here somewhere. Does there not? Am I crazy? Don't see anything there. Getting a little chilly. That doesn't look good. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, we're just going to proceed as if everything's hunky and dory. Will he make it? That's the question. Will he make it? All I know at this point in time is we're heading for the Nez Perce VOR. Everything else, we're going to have to just figure out as we go. Doing everything I can to preserve my fuel, which is perilously low. One good thing is I have 9,000, almost 9,400 feet of elevation. So if stuff goes south, I can glide for a long way. The bad part is I'm really not over terrain that's necessarily going to be that easy to find a nice soft landing spot. However, if the ceilings are, well, now the ceilings say overcast at 500 at Lewiston. I was going to say if the ceilings were 3,000, which it was a minute ago, then I should be able to have a little bit of time when I kind of glide underneath, or when I'm gliding down to get underneath the clouds and kind of look for the best spot here. But I don't know. It's going to be bad if it happens. Lewistown is what? ALWS. Lewistown, Nez Pierce County. Nez Pierce County. Overcast now. VFR. Winds, we are going to be a little tailwind. Oh, so 5,000 foot ceiling, but that overcast layer, yeah, overcast at 500 is what is yucky. Yeah, that's what we don't like. Time to look up best glide speed. All right. Let's see, 60 miles an hour. All right. Minimum sink is 45. Okay, well, we'll look for that. Good call. Good fixins'. Nothing ominous about that at all. This reminds me, the second, or this kind of the most scared I've been in a sim was up near Talkeetna. Remember when we were trying to fly the DC-3 through the mountain passes and we got socked in there, and I ended up crashing into the side of the glacier, and just how it was just like this, and you knew, like, I was trying to turn and climb, and you just knew there was terrain all around you, but there was nothing you could do about it. I was kind of scared at that point. I'm getting a little bit, a little puckered up here too, but you know what? We'll see what happens. At least I'm not picking up ice. That would really, really suck the fuel in a big way. How is my little gyro drift? Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm going about almost a 280. Spin that guy around slightly. A little bit of a gyro drift. Now, imagine all this happening. Okay, this is going back to my book, Fate is the Hunter. Imagine all that happening, and you've got your pencil, your notebook, and your computer, which is that little spinny dial that you use to compute all these. So you're tuning in instead of looking at instead of looking at a gauge here, you're listening for a tone that is the Lewiston whatever frequency, and so you're tuning your little radio dial to where you think that tone's coming from, and you're writing that down, and then you're tuning in something else, you're writing that down, you're cross-tracking to see. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but doing all, under pressure, doing all that math, that would not be fun. But man, were they good at it back in the day. Yeah, the E6B KG Moose, that's right. The computer, the original computer. Yeah, I think it still is like part of what, from what I understand, my real world pilots say, like it's still part of what they expect you to be able to use, which it's not bad. It's not bad. Part of me would like to learn how to use one, but then part of me is like, good fixins, just posted it. No math. Yeah. anyway. Now, of course, what you'd have right now, if you were up in a Super Cub, right, is, well, first of all, you wouldn't be slant uniform. And if you were, you'd at least have your foreflight so that you knew roughly where you were. And that's right, math is for suckers, man. So you could at least have an idea of, am I heading in the right direction? Am I kind of where I think I am? You might not use it necessarily for all your navigation purposes, but yeah. Oh, Cajun Moose, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't mean that you wouldn't use the more modern stuff, but I've had several people tell me that there are still, and maybe it's just based on flight school, but there's still some of the components of the training that require you to learn how to use the E6B, at least in Canada. Okay, well, you guys are always ahead of us anyway, so that's probably why. Well, based on my time here, my timer's going, like, I'm feeling like we've got to be within, 10, 15 miles of Nez Perce. Again, it was about, and these are all just estimates, but it was, if I take Idaho County out, so let me take that out. Grangeville, GIC, we'll take it out. All that matters right now to us is this. It was about 68 miles. And so that from Elk City to Nez Perce was about 48 minutes. And we're a good 32 minutes in right now. So, yeah, we're within 15 minutes-ish. So, maybe it's a little more than 10 miles then, I guess. LOJL? Malcolm, where is that? I know LOWI is Innsbruck. Where's LOJL at? Small field, about 45 to 50 miles. Oh, okay, cool. Doing a little GA stuff there, Malcolm? Oh boy, Ox is empty. That's below a quarter of a tank. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, mine's strong. Okay, here you go, buddy. It would be so disorienting to be in clouds like this to begin with, but then I think with the rain, it would be even worse. Mine's strong, you're welcome. Is that a little hole? Did I see a slight blue hole? Oh man. I used to fly at the Canada that uses E6B for all sorts of stuff, even though all the information was right there at her fingertips from the FMS. A grizzled guy set in his ways, but an amazing pilot. Oh my gosh, you guys. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right. All right. All right. Now I know. Okay. 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 We're not out of the woods, but it's at least something. Now I know I'm getting off my nav track and all that good stuff. I get that. want to come over here. Maybe I should. Maybe I could have stayed in. I don't know. I'm coming over here. I want some blue sky. I'm tired of this gray stuff. I'm tired of being in the clouds. Now, what I'm going to try to find is a little hole. Like that. Is that a sucker hole? Good fixins? Is that a sucker hole? We're going to freaking go for it. Don't overspeed. Don't overspeed. Sometimes these, sometimes you don't hit these just because they don't really get you clear all the way down. But this looks like a pretty good hole. Ah, much better. Ooh, look at this terrain here. Like this is, like there's some flatter spots. That almost looks like a place to land right there, doesn't it? Somebody's farmer's field. Hey, look at this, you guys. All right. I'm in. That helps a lot, doesn't it, guys? All right, let's get back on. First of all, let's get our manifold pressure set again. Can't forget, like, we're almost out of gas, right? So we can't go crazy, but we've got some flat spots to land here, guys. I'm trying to get back on my VOR track, and that looks pretty close. Okay, I feel like if I ran out of fuel here, we'd be okay. We could find a patch to land and be just fine. Now, this is a little bit of a river here. I wonder if, like, is there anything in the area? That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Ortho scenery looks awesome, awesome, awesome. What river could that be? That could be, there's a little river, the Clearwater River runs basically where we're trying to go, guys. So get back on track here. I don't have time to be wandering around all over the place. Okay. I feel better about things right now, even though we're really not, from an aviation standpoint, we're really not that much better. In fact, in some ways we might be worse because we don't, like, we just gave away 4,000 feet of altitude. So, you know, like, but it's the trade-off is now I can see where we're going, and I can, hopefully I can just approach the runway visually. We still have that overcast layer at 500 feet that we're going to have to deal with when we get there, but like the town of Lewiston is pretty good sized, so I'm hoping we can find it. The ironic thing is, the closer we get to the airport, the more dangerous our landing gets, because then all of a sudden, you know, like out here, we've got all kinds of open fields and stuff we can land in, but when we get over the populated area, all of a sudden your options of landing are much more limited. So we're going to hope that we make it all the way. Oh, we got to be getting close. My timer is showing we have about 9 more minutes until we get to the VOR, so we've got to be getting close. Boy, not having a DME is just a killer, isn't it? Man, oh man. We're also a lot slower down here, I'm noticing. Only doing about 80 miles an hour. I don't like that. Almost looks like we're gonna... maybe not. Maybe it's just me turning. There's action happening. Little guy is springing into alert mode. Almost looks like there's a little lake up here too. I'm not seeing anything on the sectional though. So the VOR is slightly to the north and east of the airport, so it's on this side. So I have to go another couple of miles past the VOR to get to the airfield. But the VOR is right on the edge of town. As soon as I hit the VOR, I should see the town of Lewiston. And yeah, with any luck, we'll be in business. Otherwise, we'll be landing probably on Main Street. That autopilot worked fairly well, to be honest. And we may still need it if we have some overcast conditions. And although I think I'll hand fly the instrument approach. All right. I feel like our needle's starting to wobble a little bit here, you guys. So I am hoping that I'm seeing the outskirts of town here. And again, that river runs just north of town. So I'm expecting to pick up, like just right in here, I'm expecting to pick up the city of Lewiston and then the Lewiston Nez Perce County Airport. Altitude of 1,440 feet, and it is a right-hand pattern to runway 8 or runway 12, which if we can shoot the visual, that's what we'll do, because that's the wind does favor that. I feel like I'm seeing this road here as well. I think we're there. I really do. I think we're there. I'm hoping that this little turn in the road right here is what we're flying over right now, which would mean we're heading to the VOR, which would mean that the town is just right out in front of us. See what I'm saying? There's that turn in the road. And hopefully this is the town. I'm going to start to descend a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pop over to the localizer. And I'm not planning on necessarily flying the ILS unless the conditions dictate that. Let me tune in the, again, it's an approach course of 284. We're almost right there. 270, 280, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're above the glide slope and we're to the right of the localizer. So I'm just gonna use it to kind of line myself up with the airport. So let's turn on an intercept course of maybe about 250. It's about a 30-degree intercept. That's definitely the town right there. So looks like there's a little valley. I wonder if the airport is on the near side here, kind of on that plateau, or or on the other side. Now it looks like it's on the near side. Looks like this is where the river runs here, this little valley. And so I almost think I've got the airport in sight. If we have the airport in sight, we will fly a right-hand pattern to runway 8. If not, we'll shoot the ILS 26. Alright, we're lined up with the localizer now. Let's turn and get on it here. Oh, not quite, I guess. Not quite. Lewiston traffic. Super Cub 11816 is approximately 10 miles to the east of the field at 4,000 inbound. Lewiston. Hey, JPC, thanks, man. We may be doing a green approach. This is true. If I run out of fuel, we're going to be on the visual for the Farmer Brown's soybean patch. Well, we didn't quite get where we wanted to, but if we can pull this off, this is going to end up being one of my most enjoyable flights I've done in a long time. Again, I need to get down here. I need to get to 2,500 for pattern altitude, so I'm not where I need to be quite yet. And again, we're on fumes as far as the gas tanks are concerned. See, downwind sim, if he'd have put some of my fuel tanks there, some of my drums of fuel at one of those airports, we could have fueled up and we'd have been just fine. Best glide speed of the Super Cub, by the way, is 60 miles an hour. We researched that just in case. Yeah, so I'm thinking that the airport is just right over here. We've blown right through the localizer. Shoot. It's right over here. We'd be fine to run out of fuel right here because we could easily land in this area. As soon as we get over the town, it gets way more dangerous. Okay, so coming back, here comes the localizer. I'm right on the glide slope. Try to hold the glide here. The localizer coming in. I think I can see the field. It looks like a building in the field right there. Maybe it's a mirage. Maybe I'm just wishing I was seeing the field. All right, airport, where are you? And my localizer is all over the place. So is my glide slope. I'm looking over here as possible. I'm looking over here as possible. Maybe here. Every time I think I see it, I get a little closer and it ends up not being what I think. Alright, well. We're right of the center line of the runway, so we're going to go ahead and go this way again for a little bit. Not right on top of it, am I? Haven't noticed anything. Drobart, well, I have done a little IFR that way today, yes. But right now I'm strictly just following. I'm above the glide slope and left of the localizer. And I should have a course of 264. So that's about 270. Let me set this heading bug here. Oh wait, that's the problem. 264, not 284. Doggone it. 70, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the problem. There, we're right on it. Okay, we've got the field in sight. And we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're at pattern altitude right now, so let's jump in the pattern. Lewiston County traffic. Super Cub 816 is on an extended right downwind runway 8, Lewiston County. All right, well, we've at least found the field. Man, this is pretty. All right. Mixture and props full forward. If we ran out of fuel right now, I think we'd be okay. We could at least glide past the houses onto one of these little fields. We're probably dumb not shooting straight in 2.6. Oh, land on one? Yeah, I guess we could do that. Like in this plane, that wouldn't be too difficult. Oh, speaking of, we just lost fuel. Okay. And Lewiston traffic, Super Cub 816 is declaring emergency. We're going to come straight in 2.6. Okay, I'm fully feathered. Fuel's coming off. There's 60. Let's see if we can make it. Oh, so close. Holding 60. Man, I should have kept it at 5,000. We'd have been just right. We're not going to make it. All right, not going to make it. Do I turn and land at this field here? I think so. Yeah, we're not going to make it. So I'm going to make a little turn here. Set it down right in this field. See if I've got enough altitude to do that. Missed the ditch, missed the church. Missed the kids playing ball out here. Boy, it's a late turn, isn't it? It's a late turn. It's a late turn. Are we okay? I think we're okay. We'll make the front page of the local newspaper. Down the hill we go. All right, there's Farmer's Pond over there. Oh, so close. Guys, oh, so close. Shoot. Shoot. So close. Yeah, I mean, right? You gotta just, sometimes you gotta just do damage control. And this plane gives you a lot of outs. I mean, a lot of outs. But, yeah, there we were, guys. That close. We needed one more mile. So, well, a lot of things probably should have been done differently. But you know what? What the heck? We had fun. We didn't see any of the Bush League fields. So, doggone it, guys. I didn't give away any surprises. This is what we have tomorrow, folks. The Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. It's number 47. We do it on the first Monday of every month, except for this Monday and sometimes the July 4th holiday Monday. Again, we try to not do it on those holiday weekends. But anyway, I hope you can join. It's downwindsim.com. Has all the information that you need. This is the post that you'll see. Downwindsim.com, Bush League Backcountry Flying Series 47. And you are an aviation outfitter company in this particular adventure. So the flight plan is Orofino out to Big Island, Stockton Meadows, and Cayuse Creek. And, excuse me, they want you to set the weather to be overcast at 4,000 initially. And if we have to... if you have to divert, I think, oh no, destination airport is Stevensville. So that's right. So you start here, you hit these 3 strips along the way, and then Stevensville. And I kind of gave one away accidentally. I didn't mean to. But Fish Lake is also a part of this as well. We came from down here, down below the coffee stain. We were trying to get, right here's Elk City. We were trying to get here. Then we were trying to go to Fish Lake. Then we were going to try to pop over to Orofino, but we didn't make it. We are over. This is where we are. We tried to get to Idaho County, but there's too many clouds. We weren't able to get there. But anyway, it's all out there for you guys. I hope you can tune in tomorrow and fly along, or even just pop in and say hey. There'll be a number of bush hooligans out buzzing around the mountains of Idaho, and should be a lot of fun. All right, well, let's do this. Let's head over to I have to walk to the FBO, but I'll meet you over there in a couple of minutes.
Thanks for watching my papa.
All right, lots of thank yous again, everybody who came by and flew along and kept me company. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. It was also really nice to have. Oh, we had a bunch of new followers as well. Jeez, made some new friends here. Edgy Okando. I thought Okando already had followed me, but no big deal. HRG10, The Big Post, Mindstrong. Thank you guys so very much. Welcome to the flight crew. And then JPC, thanks for the 100 bits. My next scheduled flight, normally I'm Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but because of my work schedule for the next couple of months, I'm kind of only Saturdays. And so look for me next Saturday somewhere, sometime. I don't know when. I love doing these early flights if I'm able, but man, Friday nights are busy for me and I get done really late, and sometimes I'm not always with it on Saturday morning. So sometimes there's Saturday a little later in the day. I also have to make sure I get everything done that I need to get done. In terms of, just things around the house and all that good stuff. But we are gonna do this. Oh my goodness! Wait a second. Oh, my friends, we've got a treat here. Let's go raid. This gentleman used to be a mainstay, and he has not streamed for a while. Let's go say hi to John Fly. He's in the SR22. And says, hey, how's it going? You just got here right at the end. Sorry, man. Thanks for tuning in. Sparker, appreciate you also hanging out. Drobart, good seeing you. Without Thunder Tires, I would have had a better buy. That's true, too. I didn't think about that. But JPC, thanks for the good save there. It was fun. All right. I'm sending you over to John Fly right now. I'll meet you over there. Hang out for a little bit if you can. And let's send him a nice big raid and say we missed him and all that good stuff. All right. See you next Saturday, guys. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you then. Take care. God bless.